They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of display.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now this video is gonna be a topic that a lot of men up here that follow me or bump into this video might get offended by, might not agree with, or just in general, this one might shock you. This video is about the church has abandoned you. The church has abandoned you. Now, I had to think a while about this before I made this video, because a lot of men in the manosphere talk about, marriage, child support, and, all that stuff. But what they don't talk about is the fact that the church, like the PUAs, is an agent of the state these days. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, not an agent, but a guide to the state. And the fact that a lot of these churches have actually abandoned the role of the father in the family to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually advertising something, the whole, your vows and all that. The church is doing all this advertisement, or as they call it now, virtue signaling, to actually get you to fall into a trap. Where you gonna speak your vows. I promise to be faithful, and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It's the churches are actually using it to entrap you to begin with. Because think about it. The church, if the church really cared about family values and keeping families together and so on, wouldn't the churches come together to actually, protest or actually talk to politicians about removing these, his fault divorce, you know what I'm saying, removing the family court so these families can actually exist? Wouldn't the church, if the church was so about the family and worshiping God and having a family under one roof and together, wouldn't the churches actually, fight for it in the face of the government? Instead, what are these churches fighting for? They're usually fighting for not paying taxes when they receive donations. And actually, here's the thing a lot of men in this community don't want to talk about is the fact that the church benefits. The church makes a lot of money and makes a huge benefit from men getting divorced to only get remarried again. They basically make a lot of money to have you repeat the cycle. And they're far more invested in making that money than you being married and coming to a church as a family under the roof of God and so on. Because think about it. You got married once. If you were to stay with your wife, y'all stayed married, there wasn't a divorce, how much more money would the church make? Would the church be able to host? So what you got to look at and understand is that the church makes a lot more money under divorces, because if you were to not get a divorce and we didn't have this type of culture, a lot of the churches wouldn't be hosting new marriages. So you got to look that the state is looking at your divorce as an opportunity to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were married and you and your wife stayed in a faithful relationship, y'all never had a divorce, you just be coming to church. There wouldn't be a chance for them to make another $50,000 or $10,000, whatever, off of you getting married, hosting the marriage at the church or whatever, they wouldn't be making as much money. So what you got to understand as a man is that your religion, your religion has abandoned you as well. You know what I'm saying? You can't count on your religion, your faith, be you Christian, be you, Christian Baptist, whatever you are. Where is your so-called group of religious, your religion when it comes to, going to represent you in the court and actually saying this is a travesty and this is a sin against the order of having a family and a faithful family under God, that the law and the state is actually interfering and overstepping its boundary and disrespecting, God or Jehovah, whatever you believe in. Wouldn't they step up to that? Wouldn't the churches mobilize to do something like that, to get rid of your so-called family court, get rid of all these his fault divorce, and get rid of all his child support? They would step in line for, what is it, her choice, her body, her choice, but if she keeps it, you pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't your religious group step in to actually talk and negotiate with the government on the fact that the broken family threatens the church and threatens that family unity that comes under their faith in the balance? But where is the church? Nowhere. Most of the time when you see states organize and get into arguments on the government, it's for the tax reasons. It's for being able to profit without paying tax. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's for. And in actuality, maybe if they were taxed, this would force the churches to actually go on behalf of the men and the families they preach. They keep preaching about you got to get under one household, form a family under God, or whatever, this church is about. When in reality, a lot of these churches are seeking to shame you and virtue signal you into your own peril. The churches have become like guides that guide the lamb to the slaughter. They want you as a man to get married and commit to these vows that are not brought up under the eyes of the court and the judicial system. You know what I'm saying? Your vows, your faithfulness, all that stuff does not matter in the eyes of the court. You know what I'm saying? The court will just look at, okay, how much did you bring into this marriage, resource-wise, money, property, and so on. It doesn't look at, were you faithful? Did she cheat on you? She's absolved from earning or owning anything from you? Or, or the other way around. The church is all about guilting men into a false narrative that does not exist. The only people held accountable for their faith is men. You're going to be held accountable under the court of law when that divorce happens because you got marriage because you chose to be a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? Her, on the other hand, well, she was a woman of faith for the time being, and now she needs you to cough up and pay up. You know what I mean? Put you on child support. I know a few homies that married a religious woman or part of a Jehovah's Witness, whatever you want to call it, and they got divorced. She filed for divorce on him. Did Jehovah, did all these religious groups come together and say she's using the court against him? No. So what you got to understand is, just like the PUAs are about guiding you towards the slaughter, guiding you towards the family court, and placing you at risk, and that's what the church is doing. The church, though, it has a higher level of influence because they're placing God and they're placing, a tradition and a faith that has over thousands of years of following. They're using that to guilt you into following these virtues that will not be held under the court of law. They're going to shame you into, oh man, you're a good man. Under God, you need to get married and get together with this and that and form a family, aka translated, you need to get married so the church can get some money. Don't worry about the court of law and what issues will come after that. You know what I'm saying? How you'll be accountable for these vows. How she will not be held accountable. You know what I mean? Be prepared to lose half. A lot of guys like to say half. You got to say more than half of your resources. You know what I'm saying? For long term. You know what I'm saying? Your retirement, all that stuff will be on alimony. Then child support and all that. But the church will keep preaching you're a virtuous man. You're doing the right thing under God when this thing you're doing is not respected nor is it protected under the court of law. So a lot of these churches have become, they've become, shepherds to lead the lamb. You, the man, getting married to the slaughter, and the slaughter is the family court. You know what I'm saying? That's the slaughterhouse. That's the family court right there. And that's what's happened because a lot of these churches, if they were so bent on protecting these, their religion and protecting the sanctity of their faith, they would have gone to court and ensured that they're not targeted, that you're not being targeted by the government and the state to break up your family. You know what I'm saying? That's what these churches would do. But instead, what are they doing? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? They only come after the government when, oh, you're threatening our way to make money. We're essential. We're essential. We're an essential business. You know what I'm saying? You're threatening to tax us. We're working for faith and healing people religiously. When in reality, the church is just a majority of it's invested in making its money and profiting. They profit off the divorce. After divorce, especially if you're a faithful man, you're going to come right back to church, right back to the hands of the very same church that led you to marriage. You know what I'm saying? So the father could console you and say, Henry, my son, be not shrouded by the shadows of your actions. She was not worthy. But there is another that shall be worthy, and God is testing you. You must find a better woman, aka translation, you must find another woman to be a victim of. You know what I'm saying? Yes, be not worried, Henry. The Lord is only testing you. And you must grow further in your faith. Come more into the church. Translation, come be more dedicated to the church and being more brainwashed into ignoring the roles that the state and the court system will play against you. You know what I'm saying? Live by your faith. Living by your faith might as well be living by your emotions. Be guided by your emotions rather than the facts that lie in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So, Henry, worry not, my son. The Lord will present you a new woman to start and continue your family. Never give up. Translation, never quit trying to find, a woman that has the court on her side again, until your dying breath. You know what I'm saying? So the churches, man, your religion has abandoned you, man. And, I'm going to remember my series, started my own, it's philosophy, a combination of religion and philosophy called, Seeds of Sons. Because here's the thing, the church is selling you that hell is after you die. When in reality, hell is a condition when you live. You could suffer until the day you die. You could be homeless, you could be poor, you could be going back and forth to court. Hell, in my eyes, is a condition. It's not a location, it's a condition. And a lot of these churches gonna sell to you there's heaven and all that. And that's the way the game works with them selling you heaven. Is that, don't worry, man, all this pain, all this suffering, you going to alimony, you going to child support and all that, don't worry. In heaven, the perfect wife and the perfect life will lie there for you. All this is a test. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the hustle the church will play with you. All this is a test. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, your church has abandoned you as a man, and it's no more than you know what I mean, a shepherd leading the sheep to the slaughter. You know what I'm saying? Lamb to the slaughter, and you're the lamb. You, the man, are the lamb because you're the one that's gonna be held accountable for your choice in religion and how you live about your faith when it comes to this marriage. She will not. You know what I mean? And the church is all right with that. The church wants you to get divorced, go find another woman to get married, give them money again. As for the woman, they want her to get divorced, go find another man to be a sucker, marry him, bring some more money into the church. You know what I mean? So you have to, like I said, man, you as a man have one strike. You gotta start living by the one strike, or you'll die by it. Well, this has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Peace.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of